This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information and to find out how you can volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Moira Fogarty. The Art of War by Sun Tzu. Translated by Lionel Giles. Part 1. Laying Plans. Sun Tzu said, "The art of war is of vital importance to the state. It is a matter of life and death, a road either to safety or to ruin. Hence it is a subject of inquiry which can on no account be neglected. The art of war, then, is governed by 5 constant factors, to be taken into account in one's deliberations, when seeking to determine the conditions obtaining in the field. These are 1. The moral law, 2. Heaven, 3. Earth, 4. The commander, 5. Method and discipline. The moral law causes the people to be in complete accord with their ruler, so that they will follow him regardless of their lives, undismayed by any danger. Heaven signifies night and day, cold and heat, times and seasons. Earth comprises distances, great and small, danger and security, open ground and narrow passes, the chances of life and death. The commander stands for the virtues of wisdom, sincerity, benevolence, courage, and strictness. By method and discipline are to be understood the marshalling of the army in its proper subdivisions, the graduations of rank among the officers, the maintenance of roads by which supplies may reach the army, and the control of military expenditure. These 5 heads should be familiar to every general. He who knows them will be victorious. He who knows them not will fail. Therefore, in your deliberations, when seeking to determine the military conditions, let them be made the basis of a comparison in this wise. 1. Which of the 2 sovereigns is imbued with the moral law? 2. Which of the 2 generals has most ability? 3. With whom lie the advantages derived from heaven and earth? 4. On which side is discipline most rigorously enforced? 5. Which army is stronger? 6. On which side are officers and men more highly trained? 7. In which army is there the greater constancy both in reward and punishment? By means of these 7 considerations I can forecast victory or defeat. The general that hearkens to my counsel and acts upon it will conquer. Let such a one be retained in command. The general that hearkens not to my counsel nor acts upon it will suffer defeat. Let such a one be dismissed. While heeding the profit of my counsel, avail yourself also of any helpful circumstances over and beyond the ordinary rules. According as circumstances are favourable, one should modify one's plans. All warfare is based on deception. Hence, when able to attack, we must seem unable. When using our forces, we must seem inactive. When we are near, we must make the enemy believe we are far away. When far away, we must make him believe we are near. Hold out baits to entice the enemy. Feign disorder and crush him. If he is secure at all points, be prepared for him. If he is in superior strength, evade him. If your opponent is of choleric temper, seek to irritate him. Pretend to be weak, that he may grow arrogant. If he is taking his ease, give him no rest. If his forces are united, separate them. Attack him where he is unprepared. Appear where you are not expected. These military devices, leading to victory, must not be divulged beforehand. Now the general who wins a battle makes many calculations in his temple ere the battle is fought. The general who loses a battle makes but few calculations beforehand. Thus do many calculations lead to victory, and few calculations to defeat. How much more no calculation at all? It is by attention to this point that I can foresee who is likely to win or lose. End of Part 1. Part 2. Waging War. Sun Tzu said, "In the operations of war, Where there are in the field 1,000 swift chariots, as many heavy chariots, and 100,000 mail-clad soldiers, with provisions enough to carry them 1,000 li, the expenditure at home and at the front, including entertainment of guests, small items such as glue and paint, and sums spent on chariots and armour, will reach the total of 1,000 ounces of silver per day. Such is the cost of raising an army of 100,000 men. When you engage in actual fighting, if victory is long in coming, then men's weapons will grow dull and their ardour will be damped. If you lay siege to a town, you will exhaust your strength. Again, if the campaign is protracted, the resources of the state will not be equal to the strain. Now, when your weapons are dulled, your ardour damped, your strength exhausted, and your treasure spent, other chieftains will spring up to take advantage of your extremity. Then no man, however wise, will be able to avert the consequences that must ensue. Thus, though we have heard of stupid haste in war, cleverness has never been seen associated with long delays. There is no instance of a country having benefited from prolonged warfare. It is only one who is thoroughly acquainted with the evils of war that can thoroughly understand the profitable way of carrying it on. The skilful soldier does not raise a second levy. Neither are his supply wagons loaded more than twice. Bring war material with you from home, but forage on the enemy. Thus the army will have food enough for its needs. All LibriVox recordings
Poverty
are in the
of the
public
state
domain.
exchequer causes an army
For more information
to be maintained
and to
by
find out how you can
contributions from a
volunteer,
distance.
please visit
Contributing to maintain an army at a
LibriVox.org.
distance causes the people
Recording
to be
by Moira
impoverished.
Fogarty.
On the other
The
hand,
Art
the
of
proximity
War
of an
by
army
Sun
causes
Tzu.
prices to go up,
Translated
and
by
high
Lionel
prices
Giles.
cause the people's substance to be
Part
drained
1.
away.
Laying plans.
When their substance is drained away,
Sun
the
Tzu
peasantry
said,
will be afflicted
the art
by
of
heavy
war
exactions.
is of vital importance to the
With
state.
this loss of substance and
It
exhaustion
is a matter
of
of
strength,
life and
the
death,
homes of the people
a
will be
road
stripped
either
bare,
to safety
and
or to ruin.
3/10 of their income will be
Hence,
dissipated.
it is a subject of inquiry,
while government
which
expenses
can
for
on
broken
no account
chariots,
be neglected.
worn-out horses,
The art of
breastplates
war,
and
then,
helmets,
is
bows and
governed by
arrows,
5
spears and
constant
shields,
factors,
protective
to be
mantles,
taken into
draft
account in
oxen,
one's
and heavy
deliberations
wagons
when
will
seeking
amount
to
to
determine
4/10
the conditions
of total
obtaining
revenue.
in the field.
These
Hence
a
are
wise general makes
1.
a point of
the
foraging
moral
on the
law,
enemy.
2.
1 cartload of
heaven,
the enemy's provisions
3.
is equivalent to
earth,
20 of one's own.
4.
And
the
likewise,
commander,
a single pickle
5.
of his provender
method and
is
discipline.
equivalent to 20 from one's own store.
The moral law causes the people
Now, in
to
order
be
to
in
kill the
complete
enemy,
accord
our
with
men
their
must be
ruler,
roused to anger,
so that they will follow
that there
him
may be
regardless of
advantage
their
from
lives,
defeating the enemy.
undismayed
They
by
must
any
have their
danger.
rewards.
Heaven
Therefore, in
signifies
chariot
night
fighting,
and day,
when 10 or more
cold
chariots have
and
been
heat,
taken, those should be
times
rewarded
and
who took the
seasons.
first. Our own
Earth
flags should be
comprises
substituted
distances,
for those of the
great
enemy,
and small,
and their chariots
danger
mingled
and
used
security,
in conjunction
open
with ours.
ground and narrow
The
passes,
captured soldiers should
the
be
chances
kindly
of life
treated
and
kept.
death.
This is
The
called
commander
using
stands
the
for the
conquered foe
virtues
to
of
augment
wisdom,
one's own strength.
sincerity, benevolence,
In war, then,
courage,
let your
and
great object be
strictness.
victory, not lengthy campaigns.
By method and discipline are
Thus
to be
it may be
understood
known
the
that the
marshalling
leader
of the
of
army
armies
in
is
its
the arbiter
arbiter
of the people's
divisions,
fate.
the
The man on
graduations
whom
of
it
rank
depends
among
whether
the
the nation
officers,
shall be in peace
the maintenance of
or in
roads
peril.
by which supplies may reach the
End
army,
of Part
and the
2.
control of